All right, let's get right into it. We've got a critical situation unfolding on the ground in Bal Arouk. A friendly unit has gone completely dark, and you are the closest asset. This is your tactical briefing, so listen up.
So, at 7:45 hours, everything looks like it's going by the book. Swift Dagger 1 confirms they've got the high-value target, a guy named Alexander Orkowski. 5 minutes later, their eye in the sky, the Reaper 6 drone, is on station. At 07:55, the drone spots something up ahead on the road. Could be a bomb, could be nothing. And then, at 0800, it all goes wrong.
And that was the last thing anyone heard from Swift Dagger 1. The convoy walked right into a complex ambush, and they got hit. Hard. And now this is your mess to clean up. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll go over your mission objectives. Then you'll meet the team you've got on the ground, your people, Alpha 7. After that, we'll get into the intel on the bad guys, plus some unexpected variables. And finally, we'll lay out the full scope of the challenge you're walking into. Okay, let's start with the mission itself. The situation is about as critical as it gets. A friendly convoy is down, effectively out of the fight, and you're the quick reaction force. It's on you to sort this whole thing out. You've got 3 primary jobs, and they are all non-negotiable. First, you've got to rescue the survivors from 3rd Commando. There are 8 of them, and 7 are wounded, so they're not going anywhere without your help. Second, secure the HVT, or Konski, and get him out of there in one piece. And third, eliminate every single hostile in your area of operations. Simple to say, not so simple to do. And here's why it's not so simple. Right out of the gate, intel confirms at least 18 hostiles on the ground. You're a 5-man team. Do the math. You are outnumbered more than 3 to 1. So who are you bringing to this fight? Let's meet your team, Alpha 7, a 5-man Ranger element. These are your guys. You need to know exactly what they can do. First up, your point man, Robert Jessame. He's the chip of the spear. He'll be the first one through any door and the first to lay eyes on whatever's waiting on the other side. Let's see what he brings to the table.
What makes Just so absolutely essential on this mission is that EOD qualification. He's got a breaching charge and a toolkit, which means he's the guy who gets you through locked doors and makes sure nothing blows up in your face. Next up, you've got Adam Saris. He's your canine handler, and he adds a capability to your team that you just can't get from gear and gadgets alone.
Saris's key asset is his partner, a military working dog named Zeus. I mean, come on. This dog can track targets, sniff out hidden enemies, and is a serious psychological weapon. That kind of skill set is a total game changer on the ground. This is Andrew Hinnebusch. Think of him as the brains of the operation. In a chaotic mess like this, he's your walking, talking intelligence asset. The thing about Hinnebusch is what's in his head. He knows the entire HVT list by heart, and he's an expert on enemy weapon systems. He's the one who's going to tell you who to prioritize and what kind of threat you're looking at. And here we have Kevin Thomas. When you're cut off deep in enemy territory, this man is your only connection to the outside world. He's your lifeline. As the comm specialist, Thomas and his SOUT radio are all that stand between you and being completely alone. He's the one calling in support, giving updates, and making sure command knows what's happening. When things go sideways, his job is arguably the most important one out there. And finally, meet Luis Medrano. In a team full of specialists, he's the veteran, the seasoned operator. He's the anchor that keeps this whole thing steady. Medrano's got 5 years of Tier 1 experience. We're talking about the highest level of special operations here. The guy's seen it all, done it all. He's a steady hand and an incredibly lethal fighter when the shooting starts. Okay, so that's your team. You know what you've got. Now let's flip the coin and analyze the opposition. This is your threat assessment. Before we dig into the enemy force, you need to understand one key piece of jargon, BTH, which stands for base to hit. Just think of it like a golf score for shooting. The lower the number, the better they are. A really low BTH means they don't miss often. And this right here shows you exactly what that means. A civilian fighter, their BTH is 12. They're basically just spraying and praying. But a trained fighter, their BTH is 0.8. That's a massive, massive jump in lethality. Every single shot they take is a serious threat. So, what are you up against right now? Well, the core of their force is 10 of those trained fighters. But that's not all. They're supported by 2 heavy machine gunners to pin you down, 2 snipers to pick you off from a distance, and 4 guys with RPGs. It's a very balanced and very deadly mix of forces.
But it gets worse. It's not just about the enemies you know are there. You've got to account for the variables, the wild cards, the things that can take a bad day and make it a whole lot worse.
First, there's the HVT himself. Orkowski isn't just some political target. He's the son of a crime lord, and his personal bodyguards are already on their way to get him back. Then there's a specialist we've nicknamed the Artist. Give him a rifle, he can't hit a thing. But with an RPG, he's got a BTH of 04. That's elite, and he reloads twice as fast. We've also got intel on a suicide bomber, a guy named Ismail Askari. This is actually his second mission, because he forgot the batteries for his vest the first time. Yeah, seriously. But I wouldn't count on him messing up again. And finally, the big one, the clock. You're on a timer. On turn 3, enemy reinforcements, a technical with a mounted gun, and 9 more fighters are going to show up. Time is not on your side.
So let's just lay it all out. You have a wounded team to save, a high-value target to protect. You're outnumbered and outgunned. And in just a few moments, a whole new wave of enemies is going to come crashing down on your position. The question is pretty simple, really. How are you going to handle a bad day at Bal Arouk?